All right guys, so I picked up a couple pairs of Mudflaps for my Tesla Model Y, and I'm going to show you which one I like best today. There's been sporadic reports of some paint quality issues in the back panels of Tesla Model Y, primarily due to some of the junk that gets kicked back from the front wheels as it hits the back rocker panel near the rear wheels. In fact, Tesla released recently an actual piece of PPF that goes on there for $50, and they also recently released a set of Mudflaps for the front wheels. So that's a new thing that recently happened. I didn't get to pick those up yet. I picked up a different set though. In fact, two different sets, and I want to show you guys what they're like. One of them is from EV Mudflaps. Another one is from Z1 Addons. It's a relatively new set of Mudflaps. They're a lot cheaper than the EV Mudflaps, so we'll see how that compares in terms of build quality. So I'll be looking at four things today. I'll be looking at color, size, thickness, and material. So when you look at the EV Mudflaps version, you'll see these holes here. Here's a screw hole, here's rivet, rivet, screw, screw, and they come labeled to show you which side goes where. These are the rear ones. I have not installed these in the rear yet, but you also see they're textured on the front, they're shiny on the back. And if you look at the ZL1s, they're a little bit longer. They're not as wide. You can see they've got one rivet hole here. Otherwise, there's nothing. So let's go take a look at these and get them on the car and see how they look. Okay guys, so here we are. I am gonna set up these Mudflaps for you to take a look at. I'm gonna put one on one side, one on the other, and you can make the call on which one looks better. They both have very similar installation, but one has clips, the other one has screws. So the EV Mudflaps has the screws, and the other one has clips. So I was actually thinking of trying the clips on the EV Mudflaps one instead, because I'm really not up for drilling into the car at this point. I've also got some really heavy duty tape, double-sided tape. It's essentially automobile grade tape. So might try that, see if that holds and keeps it in place. I don't think I plan on driving around in two different sets of Mudflaps. That might look a little weird, at least to me. It would drive me nuts, but I will set them up this way so you can take a look and see what you think. All right guys, so you can see I've got one of the Mudflaps installed. This is the EV Mudflaps option. So EV Mudflaps, you can see it's a little bit thicker, a little chonkier. It installed pretty easily. Again, you see those two rivets down there. Let's take a quick look here. Right in there. There's a couple rivets, installed those, easy peasy. All right, and here we are from the behind, so you can see how far it sticks out and how low it goes. So a few measurements for EV Mudflaps. Ground clearance is about 3.5, and sticks out about 1/2 inch up top here. Okay, so now we're on the opposite side, so we're on the right side, the right front wheel, and you can see I've already popped out these rivets here. They come out with a little bit of force. You need one of those tools. You can either use one of these guys or just a simple screwdriver. They're up to you. They just pop right off. They make a little bit of noise, seems really dramatic, but they come right off. So the ZL1 Addons is a bit thinner, as you can see. Thinner from that perspective, but also just thinner in terms of the build. One thing to note, it comes with one rivet hole, like I may have mentioned already, but it doesn't come with the rivet you need. So luckily, the EV Mudflaps one came with a whole bunch of rivets. I'm just going to use one of those. And another great thing about the ZL1 is that they use clips instead of screws. So you can just do one rivet, and then you just do clips all around the inside. You can see inside here, they clip right on the inside there. So I'll show you exactly what that looks like in a minute. Okay, so we've got this one started. We've got the rivet. I'm just going to use this to press it in. A little bit of force. There we go. So that's in nice. And I'm going to grab some clips. So it comes with 10 clips. You can sort of see them here. They're little guys. And they'll just clip on the inside. It's really simple. This is actually a great idea. I'm surprised EV Mudflaps didn't do this. Let's get a few of them on. And they just clip pretty easily on the inside. Just got to find a good spot. There's one, and there's another one up here I put in. You can really get away with it. They come with 10, so 5 for each. They're pretty sturdy, these things. I don't see this going anywhere. And just looking at this from the other side, you can see how nice this blends. You can see how the edge of it just blends really nicely into the trim. Nothing sticking out too much. And what's really cool about these is I didn't realize before is that they do stick out more on the bottom, which means more protection. So we're looking at right at the edge of where the mud flap comes down, and you can see the tire right there. So it definitely provides some solid protection there. I'll show you on the other side now with the EV mud flaps at the same spot. Not quite as much light over here, but hopefully you can see EV mud flaps doesn't quite stick out as much as the other one. So it's a little boxier. It doesn't blend into the trim as well. And then back again to ZL1. Nice and clean. So what do you guys think? Looks like you've got a couple good options there. In the beginning, I thought I was going to be much more in favor of the EV mud flaps because of the thickness and the build quality. It just seems better. But ZL1, it's sleek. It's cut better. It's not as thick, but I think it's going to handle everything just fine. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with the ZL1. So I'm going to pop off the other EV mud flaps version and see what happens with ZL1. Can't say enough about those clips. Really good idea. Totally unnecessary to be drilling in if you don't have to. Don't recommend it. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped you understand your options. There's a lot of them out there, and over time we'll see more and more options too. So I hope this helped you today, and I hope it helped you protect your Tesla. Thanks for watching.